as a public person. Besides which, my campaign has ample funding. If you're looking for dirt, my laundry is not the place to look for it. I'd suggest you take a long, lingering look at my son's promiscuous widow. I don't deal with rumor or speculation either. In fact, I had one of my security people keep Carla under surveillance. All my suspicions, it seems, were well founded. That round-heeled slattern is a disgrace to our good name.
This we gotta check. Can you prove Lou was here before Derek?
I'm not sure this proves it, but I have this dated receipt from an estimate. Don't mind my doodles in the margins.
Oh, we got something to... The tire treads from the desert are a close match to your truck.
Maybe so, but I haven't seen that vehicle in weeks. Do you really think I drove out into the middle of the desert to find and kill my own son? What kind of monster do you take me for?
Let's see. Your campaign is going down under, and your son is the only heir to the money from your late husband, or late ex-husband, or whatever. Well, but so far it's only speculation, so there's nothing I can do about that. But ooh, nice fountain. Okay. I think we're gonna go head over here and talk to. Let's see if we can find a new question. No new questions. Okay. Let's head over to Lou. Is there any truth to the article about Emily Hansen?
I don't know what her son's really up to, but to hear her tell it, Sonny Boy was partying hardy all night, every night. Why that idiot didn't get on his mother's good side, I'll never get. I mean, with the power she'd be coming into, if she won that election, he could have been on Course Street.
However, it just seems so strange, you know. Okay, back to the lab. And that...
So how exactly is Carla getting her marriage back on track? And who's this other guy? So Carla takes out an insurance policy to protect the kids she and Derek didn't have. With her husband worth more dead than alive, and a new boyfriend on the horizon, well, look up motive in Webster's and it'll refer you to this.
However, there's something else. Yeah, the handwritten estimates with the angry notes.
Looks like our contractor remodeled the truth into lies. He wrote this note.
We got a search warrant. Let's see if it...
We've done all we can with that.
Okay, there's nothing else we can do about that. Okay. So, first, wife's apartment to confront her about this photograph. Who is this man in this picture?
Just a friend of mine. Co-worker at the legal office. Where the hell did you get that?
Well, your mother-in-law thinks this friend is a lover.
Does she? So even the police are falling prey to her manipulative BS. She's a political animal. When the heat's on her, she shifts it onto me, huh? Look, this guy's really just a friend, and I don't see why he should suffer because Emily Hansen wants to build up her reputation by tearing down others. How can you be so cold? I just lost the man I love, and if a friend wants to lend a sympathetic shoulder, that's hardly against the law. Sorry. I know you're just doing your job, and you have to look at everything and everybody, and I really do want to help. Look, you wanted boots, remember? I found some that my husband bought me ages ago. I intended to give them away. I know I never wore them. Maybe they'll help prove my innocence?
Hmm. Probably. Heading back to lab. First lab, then brass to pick up more. The footprint in the tent and the shoes we got from her. That's a match. What the hell? Okay, let's talk to Jim about the warrant. Little drink of cola. Can I get a warrant for Lou Astor's shop?
Chemical in the tobacco matches that stuff Astor had in his shop.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what else he's constructing in there.
Mm-hmm.
This warrant is good for anything chemically related, as well as any signs of Derek.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. So, let's head over to the construction. We have a warrant to search your shop.
Hell, this is a place of business. Are you gonna cost me money? What the hell kind of grounds do you have anyway to come intruding like this?
Read the warrant and see. You may want to skim down to where it says lethal substance.
Let's see. You got an old Nokia phone. No prints on it or anything. What the hell is this?
Sodium monofluoroacetate, also known as compound 1080. Wouldn't want to pop my popcorn in here.
Yes, think. What the hell? Some ripped up documents. Okay.
Way to be thorough.
Oh, but the error seems to be clearing, yeah, blah blah blah. I'm just gonna double check. I know there's something to do with this, but still there's nothing to do with this. So, I don't know. Okay, let's take the items we got so far back to lab and see if we can find out anything else. Start with a note. It looks like a check of some sort. There we go. 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 What the hell is this? Looks like it.
Well, it's just an ordinary everyday scorecard. It's illegal gambling, high stakes poker, the kind of pot that makes a CSI's yearly salary look like nickel dime.
Hmm. The fingerprints on them, of course. Let's have a look at this substance that we found.
Odorless, tasteless, poisonous. Lethal dose is only 1/100th of an ounce. Possible murder weapon, but let's not get cocky till Doc Robbins has his say.
Okay.
Let's run this evidence by Captain Brass.
Okay. Let's start. Let's first head over to Doc Robbins and see what he has to say about the. Did he have compound 1018 in his blood?
Now I know what you're dealing with. I can safely say cause of death is poisoning by sodium monofluoroacetate, compound 1080, a rare and interesting poison. The toxic effects of SFMA usually happen within minutes of ingestion and result from a conversion of non-toxic fluoroacetate ions to toxic fluorocitric acid, which then blocks the Krebs cycle, affecting the central nervous system and heart. Typically, death results from ventricular tachycardia or heart fibrillation. Layman's terms, ventricles of the heart start beating so rapidly as to prevent the pumping of blood. In some cases, death could be from respiratory failure caused by pulmonary edema. This essentially fills the lungs with water.
So he was drowning.
Grissom wants you in the lab now that COD's been determined.
Okay. Heading back automatically back to the lab to talk to Grissom.
So, cause of death was determined to be pesticide. The Vic smoked it on his walkabout and dropped dead. But it's playing havoc with our Trinity. We don't have anyone to physically master the crime scene.
You said it yourself. He died in the desert, potentially alone, but he was killed by poison. So what should you be looking for now?
A second crime scene, where the poison was originally mixed into the tobacco. And that's where we will find evidence linking the suspect to that crime scene.
Nicely reasoned, Greg. Now follow through.
Okay. First, Brass. Let's investigate the cell phone we got here.
It's the VIX. Service provider was very helpful. 3 stored messages on the voicemail. Got them all on tape.
Okay, so this was the victim that found inside the office of Lou. Audio visual. Documents and photos.
Derek, where the hell are you? You know we have company tonight. If you're out gambling again, I swear to God. Call me and get your irresponsible ass home.
Carla's tone is a tad different than the sweet, patient wife she's been laying on us.
Well, Derek, I certainly raised a class act for a son. Hanging up on his own mother. Lovely. You know what the problem is? I spoiled you when tough love was called for. And if you don't honor your financial commitment to my campaign, my darling boy, I will show you just how tough a mother's love can be. Do I make myself clear?
Huh.
And here I was wondering why Emily didn't make Mother of the Year.
Hey, handsome. Thanks for the nice long talk last night. Anytime you're in the mood for a stimulating conversation, I guess you know the number. And if a private show is on your mind, you know where to find your shining star.
Doesn't quite sound like the little woman, huh? Bone sex, slap dances. Derek was not as domesticated as his wife thought.
Hmm. Okay, what else we got? There doesn't seem to be anything else here. Let's talk to the wife. We heard an angry voice message you left.
You got stood up when company came, and thought your husband might have been out gambling. Thought you and Derek had worked all that out.
Listen, Derek was human. He fell off his various wagons from time to time, and I had to be the bad guy sometimes. If that's suspicious, go out and arrest every couple that argues, why don't you? Anyway, I cooked a gourmet dinner for his friend. He stood us all up.
We learn how your husband died.
Oh dear. Well, that's good, isn't it? I mean, it's progress at least. Please tell me he didn't suffer.
He did suffer, but it wasn't for long. There was a highly toxic pesticide in his tobacco. He smoked it and died of the poison.
Poison? My God, that's terrible. My baby, my poor, poor baby. Derek had his faults. God knows. I know, but how did this happen?
Did Derek ever mention suicide?
Derek? Suicide? No, never a word. Frankly, he was too selfish for that. Oh, is that terrible for me to say, to admit? But he was self-centered, like all substance abusers and sick gamblers. And he was struggling with kicking his various habits, but still, I wouldn't call him depressed or anything.
Tell us about the morning he left.
Oh my, do I have to? Really, this is personal, and it's all I have left of him. Those last memories. Well, we woke up and made love, and just rolled over into each other's arms, and... Anyway, then he got up and made breakfast. While we ate breakfast, he sprung it on me. He was taking one of his trips out into the desert. He didn't think I'd mind, since I was going to be working all week on my upcoming trial.